Hello everybody, it's Mr. Boomer once again, and we're back here once again with more Sonic Adventure 1. In the last video, we beat the Egg Viper, and struggled a little bit for some reason, even though that boss is pretty easy. And we cleared Sonic's story. We sent Eggman crashing down into the water, and yeah, Sonic became the hero of the week. And now we 100% completed it. So now I thought that, for this next part of the playthrough, since we're done with his story, we move on to Tails' story, since, in my opinion, I feel like he's the most interesting character out of all the interesting stories out of all of them so far, and in my opinion, it's a good follow-up to Sonic's story, since there's a little bit more of his perspective that you need to see in order to kind of understand this story, as it is important. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So for now, I hope you guys enjoy, sit tight, and enjoy this playthrough. Let's get into it.
Here I come, Sonic! Everything's working great! All systems go, full speed ahead! Uh-oh! What's this? No! Ah! I'm out of control! Mayday! Mayday! Going down! Ah! Look out below!
Boy, you're lucky I saw you come down. So what went wrong anyway? It's not like you to crash like that.
Yeah, it's just that I'm testing a new prototype power supply, and it's not fully compatible yet.
You can always borrow my plane, the Tornado, if you want.
Thanks, Sonic. But if I can make this work, it'll run circles around yours. Check out this power supply!
It's a Chaos Emerald! No way!
I was lucky to find one of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. They have unlimited mystic powers. Now I want to harness that power to fly my plane. Let's go to my workshop in the Mystic Ruins, and I'll show you what I've been working on. We'll go to the station, hop on a train, and get there in no time.
Alrighty, off to a great start, Tails. Your plane pretty much crashed, and yeah, you're experimenting with this new emerald, just like in Sonic's story, but unlike Sonic's story, sadly we cannot access Emerald Coast here as the fence is blocked. Wait, what the? Alrighty, I take that back, everybody. Apparently we can access Emerald Coast if we just try hard enough and just blast through the game. You know what, just for this, we're just gonna see how far we can get as Tails, cause I have no idea how far we're gonna get, cause I was not expecting this. Like, what? We are not supposed to be able to play this level. Like, seriously, this is a level that's meant for Sonic. Tails is not supposed to be here. That's pretty funny. Let's see how far we can get here, though, with Tails, cause I can't spin dash, so this might be a problem. That's kind of funny, actually. Like, I was just over here like, yeah, you can't get in this level as Tails, and I just got in the level as Tails. Like, god damn it. Just contradicting myself. Alrighty. Let's see how far we can get, actually. Whoa. Actually, yeah, this level is pretty playable as Tails. There's no timer at the top for some reason. I don't know why the timer's there. I guess they're just like, you know what, you've been running all day. Take your time. You don't need to freaking rush to the level this fast. Like, just take your time and just relax. But this is pretty cool, actually. I didn't even know that this was kind of possible. I always thought that this was not possible. Well, I knew that you could play as this. Like, you could technically play this level as Tails, but I thought you needed, like, some complex glitch in order to do it, but nope, you can just fly over the Okay. What the fuck was that? Did you see that? It just loaded me next to a spring and it just kicked me out of the level. You know what? We're not gonna question it, alright? Like, that was not supposed to happen. We were not supposed to play that level. We broke the game completely. Like, let's just move on and continue with the playthrough, alright? We're just gonna continue with the playthrough. Let's do that. Alrighty, well, so before that shenanigan happened there, where I just randomly got inside of Emerald Coast, even though I'm not supposed to be there, as I was explaining, you're not supposed to be able to go into Emerald Coast. Like, you really should not be able to go in there. You're not, like, the game was not designed around Tails going inside that level. You're supposed to actually come over here and head over to freaking the Mystic Ruins where Sonic is, so you can go show him your new prototype that you've been working on inside the workshop. So let's go ahead and do that. But as I was explaining earlier, Tails' story is pretty different from Sonic's story in the sense that we have a little bit of a new objective to do inside the levels that I will be explaining soon, but for now, let's go up and watch this interesting cutscene.
Well, if it isn't Sonic and Tails.
It's Eggman!
Silence! I am Dr. Robotnik, the most cunning scientific genius in the world!
Yeah, right, Dr. Eggman.
Enough! I've been working on a master plan, but now it's time to put it to work!
That usually means trouble coming from you.
Don't even try to interfere this time. Give me that Chaos Emerald, or else...
Or else what, huh?
Or else I'll take it from you the hard way.
Alrighty, so once again we have to fight against the Egg Hornet, just like Sonic did in his story. Which is pretty interesting, since this is the first boss of Tails' story. But anyway, unlike Sonic's story where you can actually just do the homing attack glitch and take care of Eggman in nearly 10 seconds basically, Tails unfortunately does not have the ability to homing attack, so we can only do this tail swipe move and roll into a ball. So unfortunately, we cannot defeat the boss very quickly. We have to pretty much defeat him the normal way he was intended to be beaten, so that's a shame. You guys can actually see how you are supposed to beat the boss at least, which I think is cool, but still, it would be cool to actually beat him fast. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, Tails' story is a little bit different than Sonic's story in the sense that, yeah, he has some very unique levels. And even though some of the levels that he does go through will eventually be... Whoa, he went through a little bit quick there and I didn't realize that, but yeah. That was pretty easy. His levels are pretty much kind of similar to Sonic in the way that he goes through some of the same zones, but for the most part they are very different. And also, I probably didn't mention that earlier during the cutscene. Forgive me if I didn't, but if you didn't notice, Eggman's voice was a little bit more deeper there. Anyway, you're about to see again, cutscene.
That was just too easy.
Gotcha!
Hey, he snagged it.
Chaos could use a little snack.
Who's Chaos?
That's the monster I saw the other day.
Monster?
Yes. yes, it's really happening. Just like the stone tablet said it would. Hear this, Sonic? Chaos's strength increases every time I give him a Chaos Emerald. All he needs is 7 emeralds to become invincible. Then he will turn Station Square into rubble, upon which I will build the ultimate city, Robotnik Land. You ready, Chaos? Let's go find the next one. Come on.
Thank goodness they're gone. Good riddance.
We can't let that monster get any bigger. It could get ugly.
You're right. Chaos must be stopped. And he can be if we keep him away from more emeralds, right? So what do you say, Sonic? Let's find the Chaos Emeralds before Eggman does.
Alrighty, as Tails said, like in Sonic's playthrough, we have to pretty much just stop Eggman from getting the Chaos Emeralds before he feeds him the Chaos and he turns into presumably a God Destruction monster that will kill us all. But like I was saying there before the cutscene interrupted us, Eggman's voice did get a little bit deeper there inside the cutscenes if you didn't notice, and I feel like that was kind of intentional in order to make Eggman a bit more threatening, so that way it portrays the narrative of Tails' story, and that's that he's an 8-year-old fox, you know, kind of growing up a little bit. He's taking on the danger, and it's kind of interesting too, because that would mean that in Tails' perspective, he sees Eggman as like this threat. But to press on forward here, pretty much just like in Sonic's story, you take this green gem and place it near the pedestal in order to go to Wind Valley. And now I'm about to go over to Wind Valley, which is probably the easiest level in the game. You're about to see why here. Watch this.
See you later, Tails.
Look at this. We're just flying around here, we can just skip over most of the level. This level is pretty much a joke, by the way, but while I guess I am flying out throughout the level, pretty much what you are supposed to do in this level, unlike Sonic's level, is that you're supposed to race against Sonic and pretty much beat him to the finish, which I thought was pretty interesting. Like, you have a little bit of a race-based story. It's a little bit more unique than Sonic's story, I guess, but for the most part the level's the same. And as you saw there, in case any of you guys thought that there probably was some rubber banding shenanigans going on inside this game, well, Tails there, or I should say Sonic there, he just kind of teleported across the stage there, and yeah, trying to catch up to us to keep the competition alive, which I thought was pretty funny, pretty bullshit if you ask me. But we're approaching the end here. But yeah, you pretty much just race Sonic towards the end. It's not that hard, I would say. Sonic, for the most part, isn't necessarily a... I want to say his AI is very smart and very difficult to go against, but there we go, he finished the stage. That stage was, like, very easy. Like, you really have no reason to really, like, die on the stage, really. I get it if you're a beginner, but
That wasn't too bad.
it's pretty easy. Also, I didn't realize that Sonic there was still racing us. That's pretty interesting, I guess, but... Why are you able to do that? Why can't you just, like, fly over all the stage there? I don't think that they designed that stage with Tails in mind, to be honest with you. That's probably why. So many areas we have to go down and stuff. It's pretty funny. Anyway, you come over here. We go over pretty much exactly where Sonic went last time inside of his story after Windy Valley, and we have to go over to Casinopolis. That's gonna be fun, isn't it? Well, you guys are gonna be in a surprise. So we pretty much come up here and hit this button just like Sonic. There we go. And now we can go over to Casinopolis, and I know what you guys are probably thinking.
Tails.
You know, a little bit more gambling, right? Well, no. We actually have to do a little bit of sewer grinding this time, where the goal isn't necessarily to collect rings like in Sonic's story, but we actually have to race Sonic here. Goodness sakes. There is one thing I will say that is kind of annoying about Sonic, at least in this playthrough, like in Tails' story, and that's that he's quite a bit yappy, so every single time he passes you he says like, "See you later, Tails, hey, and it gets a little bit annoying after a while, because it's like, come on man, we get it. You're the fastest thing alive, you're trying to be encouraging towards him, but you don't have to keep saying You don't have to keep talking throughout the whole entire stage, man. Like, come on. Don't be like that, Sonic. Anyway, we should be approaching the end here. Bubble Shield, and there's our third Chaos Emerald. It's conveniently in the sewers this time. Sega, you mind explaining how that happened? Like, did someone just grab the Chaos Emerald, like, grab 400 rings, grab the Chaos Emerald from up there, and just placed it in the sewers, flush it down the toilet? I don't know. Cutscene.
What's that? The Chaos Emerald!
Get away from there!
Ah!
Nighty-night!
Eggman! Sonic, what happened to the Chaos Emerald?
Eggman got one of them, but the other one's safe. He must be getting desperate.
Now the Emerald count is 2-1 and Eggman's winning. Let's get a move on!
If there's one thing I will say about Tails' story is that the story is a little bit more clearer, I guess. Like, no disrespect to Sonic's story, it was pretty good, it's just the dialogue in there was kind of a little bit misleading at sometimes, so at least Tails' story at least is more direct with you. We know that Eggman's trying to build Eggman Land here, turn Station Square to that, and we learned that Tails is saying that he's 2-1. Like, that line inside the previous one was kind of a little bit stingy, but yeah. Anyway, I feel like I'm gonna end the video here, mainly because I don't think Tails has that many stages. I think he has only about 6 stages if I remember correctly, so I feel like, you know what, to kind of balance out the playthrough, we'll just kind of do, I don't know, 2 stages each episode. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for part 2.